273 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Gelato. Join me today. Who's Gelato?
We're here. Eric, supposed to hit the mute button to unmute us, didn't. It's a standard mistake.
It is what it is.
Alright?
Think about Jojo, Christian. Think about the mechanisms. What does it even mean?
Maybe that was a mechanism.
Right.
Alright? Maybe that was for a reason.
Is this Iraqi's another played fate?
No.
We'll get into it.
We'll definitely get into it, Eric. But this week's episode, Eric, no one big chapter. So we're bringing back the chapter 1 reviews.
Shanks is coming.
Shanks is coming. No doubt about that. But we're bringing back the chapter 1 reviews.
Yes.
This week, Jojolands True Peak.
Part 9's here. It is not in Italy.
It's not.
It's not about the Pope.
It might be. We're not even, we're chapter 1, Eric. This can go anywhere.
Okay.
Can go anywhere.
Where's Dio?
Many questions. Alright. But Eric, speaking of Jojo, part 8, or part 7, where you at?
About 30 chapters deep.
Have you experienced a true man's world?
No.
When are you going to experience a true man's world, Eric?
Soon, Tim.
When are you going to experience the peak?
Shout out Mountain Tim.
Mountain Tim. Classic.
Standability's questionable, but it is what it is.
You can't all get winners, Eric.
Sure can't.
Some stands are bad.
Some people get a robo stand, some people get November rain.
That's right.
Bust.
OP. Let's not talk about soft and wet. Maybe the most
I don't know what that is.
No, maybe the most OP stand ever, maybe.
Ever?
Potentially, Eric.
Okay.
It has the potential to be the most broken stand of all time. But we're here today in the show, Eric. One Piece episode, nothing happened. Recap episode.
Break.
We don't like it.
Right.
We want to see the hype. We want to see the animation.
Nika's coming.
The Nika is coming.
Nika watch.
Now, of course, Eric, it's a One Piece break, so some debacle had to happen.
SBS.
Shout out Pinzoro.
The greatest meme, Otis cooked.
Shout out Otama.
Shout out Dritz resurfacing with clips.
Oh.
Shout out JD Legend making comments.
JD Legend make a lot of comments lately.
Right. We like his head.
He's a spicy.
Every time Jay's mouth opens, waves happen.
That's true.
It's just that powerful.
He's like Beanies Morgans.
Right.
We got. Of course, we have to talk about the SBS this week, Eric. Is this the saltiest you've seen Oda?
Oda's mad.
Oda's salty about
Hey, and he's coping.
He's salty.
So much cope in his SBS
Eric,
as well.
He called you out directly.
Okay.
We'll get that top
He didn't
of the
call
show.
out a direct issue with the comment, regardless of single plural.
He did address it, Eric.
He also said, hey man, hate's a real problem on the earth. It hasn't been solved.
That's true.
Thanks, Oda. That wasn't the point,
What's he trying to say?
That was cope, though. Because that's not what you were going for.
Hey man, you know what he's going for.
Alright.
Let's get into it.
It's like when you had to make that chapter going back to Wano to establish that Yamato has to protect Momo.
When
that was never the case.
Well, we're going with the narrative that Oda cut Yamato from the Straw Hats.
Right.
So Cole's saying the same thing. We'd love to see it. But there you go. Let's move into the chapter. First chapter of Jojolands. Mechanism.
He put the clip back in. Look at that.
He did it. It works.
What? First of all, you're the JoJo expert here.
Yeah.
Not as an expert as Seneto.
No.
He knows he does the the stand names quiz every month, keeps him fresh.
That's true.
Seneto was supposed to be on the show, but Christian frauded him.
No, he doesn't deserve to be on the show.
Okay.
He's been playing Genshin Impact lately.
Filthy.
And Araki would be crying.
Araki's sad.
Araki's sad about that. But what you got to ask me?
What are your thoughts on the setting, on the theme?
Peak! Alright? We're getting what I think is the mixture of part 5 and 6. We got the crime angle. We got the tropical angle.
Right.
We're mixing it together, Eric.
Gangsta.
He wants to be rich. Wants to be established in the
Nothing
first
like
page.
a heist, Christian. We love a heist. Like to see a heist.
Nothing like a heist. You love a heist.
Right.
Eric, the chapter starts with narration. Rashid Jodio. This story is about one boy becoming rich in the subtropical islands. Now, Rocky establishes the goal straight away, Eric. He's not fucking around. This is about a boy becoming rich. Narration. He explains what that means later in the chapter.
A measly 400,000 though. 140,000 though.
30,000 if you calculate the cut correctly.
Of course.
With the oddball.
The fourth man.
Of course. Right? You gotta calculate the cut.
Tingle lookalike.
He's a weirdo, right? But
that's a small start.
A decent chunk of change, Eric. 30 grand.
That's not filthy rich.
It's not. It's not.
What if we steal the dime for ourselves, Christian? Get the big boss angry.
Bit like part 5, Eric.
Right.
Maybe this is what we're doing. But none of our theories aside. Put the theories aside.
Okay.
We open up. Few scenes here, Eric. We've got the subtropical, we've got the palm tree setting the scene. We've got the girls in the bikinis.
The volcano.
We've got the volcano erupting.
Right.
We got Pearl Harbor. We're in Hawaii. You can just imagine the Miami kind of music playing.
Right, the Hawaiian music.
The Hawaiian. No, not Hawaiian.
Right.
I said Miami for a very specific reason, Eric. Because
the
of
Spanish
the
drums.
crime aspect.
Right, okay.
The tropical aspect.
Is it not SVU Hawaii?
There's CSI. There's NCIS Hawaii.
Right.
Alright.
Okay. Maybe think about that.
I'm thinking about crime, Eric. I'm thinking about heat. I'm thinking about tropical weather. You know, pulling out guns, wearing Hawaiian
Thinking about Dua
shirts.
Lipa in the car.
Joe Dio is.
Right.
Alright. But we open up with no dialogue, Eric. 2 pages, no dialogue. We're setting the scene.
Right.
Setting the scene.
He'll make up for the dialogue later.
Well, yeah. But setting the scene. Cop getting out of the car, flashing lights.
Right.
Close-ups on faces. We're setting
Badges.
the tone. We're increasing the
Let me ask
tension.
you a question.
Yeah.
Araki's signature circular panel.
Classic.
Thoughts?
It's only ever used
The small details.
small details and facial expressions. It's like when Oda draws the facial expression in the in the bubble. That's what it's like. It's decent.
Interesting technique, Christian. Araki's cooking his own techniques.
Of course he's got his own tech. Eric, he invented shonen.
You keep on saying that.
He invented shonen.
That's not true.
He invented seinen.
He didn't do that either.
He invented both. Alright? But no dialogue. What do you think about this no dialogue setting, Eric? We're setting up the scene.
It's a nice scene. We're just setting it up. Cop car.
Cinematic.
Sweat. You can feel the heat.
Cinematic.
You can feel the heat, Christian.
The
You know
intense shadow
You know how
lines.
you can feel the heat?
Why?
Contrast.
Intense shadows.
Sky
Blinding
white.
Intense shadows.
Pavement white.
Yeah.
Hot.
Heat. Alright? It's about to get spicy, Eric.
Peak.
We got some animal police coming in. You can tell this man is a classic Iraqi dodgy.
He's got the Iraqi seedy face.
He's got the Iraqi seedy face. He's got that handlebar mustache. You don't trust him instantly.
Blonde handlebar mustache, perhaps.
You don't trust that.
Right.
No one trusts that. Alright, no one trusts that immediately.
Right.
So he gets out of the car, walks over to a truck. The driver rolls down the window. How can I help you, Eric? Cop instantly.
In the face.
In the face. Alright? Turn down the music. By turning it down, I mean shut it off completely. He's already being a little snarky, but
A little aggressive.
Then he's just staring her in the face. Too close, Eric. He's a little too close.
You know the anime is gonna do the close
The sound
face,
effect.
the menacing.
The menacing sound
Right,
effect.
of course.
You know it. The driver is convinced they did nothing wrong, Eric. They're confused. Why was I pulled over? The cop tells them to shut up. You're not asking questions here.
I'm the cop.
I'm the cop. You do what I say.
Right.
I want to see Your papers. I want to see your driver's license registration.
Give me that shit.
Pulls it out. Eric. Araki gives us
A very sexual page. Pulls out the driver's license.
Pulls out the driver's license. No seat. Shows us the body. Why does he do this?
A little setup.
Little setup for Eric. He wants you to feel what the cop is feeling.
Right.
He wants you to understand the mindset of the police officer.
That's right.
He's setting you up. Pulls out the papers, gives it to the cop. Cop walks away.
There's a little paperwork.
There's a little computer search. The driver asks the passenger, was I doing something wrong? I don't think so. Passenger says, maybe listen to Julipa a little too loudly.
Right. This is 2022.
Musical reference. I think we're taking place in 2022.
Okay. It doesn't matter too much. 2022.
The COVID era, Eric.
Right. After post-COVID era.
Well, it's America, Eric.
Okay.
So the COVID era. Alright?
Okay.
The cop comes back. He's a little more aggressive, Eric. He's closer to the face. He's a little more aggressive, Eric.
Right.
The driver says, can you back up a little bit, Chief? You might have COVID or something.
Right.
Man goes to Italy to race.
You saying that because of the colour of my skin?
Eric, is this man white and Drago is kind of brown? Is that what we're going for here?
You have to think about the racial tensions in Hawaii, Christian.
Of course.
I don't know. Is this man white? Is he not?
Well, like,
everyone else is kind
Drago
of
is shaded.
The woman, the principal, shaded as well, right? A little bit.
No, a little bit. Not really. But
Right.
Dragona is definitely shaded.
Right.
Definitely tanned up.
Interesting comment.
Little racial
Trying to
tensions.
deflect.
He's definitely trying to deflect, Eric.
Right.
He goes, get a step out of the vehicle. She steps out of the vehicle, Eric.
Man gets seedy.
He's a sicko.
Right.
As King Raycon said.
Sicko.
He's a sicko.
Prime sicko.
He's got the classic sicko Iraqi face. You
Right.
know this man's a sicko,
Fat
man.
man.
You know
chunky man.
You know this man's a sicko. By the character design.
At least he doesn't have like pointy ears or some shit.
The small beady eyes.
Right.
The aggressive mustache.
It's all there.
He's overweight. He's gross.
Right.
He's a seedy gentleman. Right? He's a sicko.
Indeed.
Instantly starts filling up Dragona.
Oh, certain people have certain honey spots.
He goes for the touch, Eric.
Right.
He slips down the underwear.
Right.
And he feels something different, Eric.
He gets even
more excited.
This man's sick.
This man's a sicko.
Right.
He's interested.
He said, "Oh, you're one of those, are you?"
Now, are we going to talk about this?
Talk about it when we get there.
When we get there. But, Iraqi, tackling big issues here, Eric. Instantly we go to police brutality.
Right.
COVID. Well, kind of, you know, it's
a reference.
It's a reference. And then we go to the big hot button issue.
Right.
Iraqi doesn't fuck around, Eric.
Of course.
But Eric, you know what Iraqi says?
What?
It doesn't fucking matter. As long as you have the will. I don't
The
give a
Joestar.
fuck. I don't care who you are, what you do. As long as you have the Joestar will, it doesn't matter. That's what Iraqi says.
Right.
Right? And he's correct. I don't care who you are, what you do, as long as you have the will. The righteous heart.
You require the will.
Of course. But Eric, we're getting touched up. Judio's mad.
Gets out of the car.
Gets out of the car. Instant, raw protagonist.
No
Eric.
screaming, no nothing.
No, he's raw.
Calm, quiet, collected. Much
Who does this remind you of?
Jono.
That's right.
Doesn't need to be loud, doesn't need to be big.
No. Gets out of the car. The other cop pulls out his gun. Stop, what are you doing? Get on the ground.
Shout out the rendering of the gun.
Iraqi loves the rendering the gun, Eric.
A little shine to it.
He loves the gun render. He buys guns just to render them. He loves it.
Okay.
Right? Comments with the art.
Solid, good.
Peak! You gotta go solid good.
It's not crazy. It's good.
This man.
I haven't seen no spin yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen no horses.
We got the gun though. The gun render.
The gun render is high quality.
Right.
Right.
Tells him to stop. He's ignoring his clown.
Right.
He's got the confidence, Eric. He's got the Joestar will. And his man is folded by
And he knows his brother will do what he needs as soon as he gets shot.
That's right.
Faith, trust. Just like Juno.
Interesting. Alright. Jodio uses his stand and rains down on this cop, flattening him.
Some kind of heavy rain situation.
Heavy rain situation. Now, theories on the internet.
Okay.
Theories are, he could give his rain properties of what he touches, because he touches the car. Is he giving the rain the weight of the car?
Is it gravity power?
We might get into that later.
Okay.
Alright. Is he giving the properties of the rain the properties of the car? Heavy.
Each raindrop is the weight of the car.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pummeling these cops to the ground.
You could do some bullshit with that, though.
Or it just melts them. Or there's that.
It seems heavy, though, because
it does. It does seem heavy.
I don't know if it melts them, but...
I mean...
Interesting stand. Complexities will happen because it's Iraqi.
Yeah. Now, Eric,
how are we going to do the motor, though?
We are predicting an evolving stand.
How are we going to do the aura?
Just like part 7.
We're going to Udo and aura.
Have you seen Tusk yet?
The hint of Tusk.
Alright, hint of Tusk. We're thinking an evolving stand like part 4, like evolving stands. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Evolves into the High Beast stand. That's what we're thinking. That's what the JoJo community is thinking.
We need the aura.
Because we see the stand is like a tall,
lanky
palm tree
Can we
spider.
stab him with those arms?
Interesting. So he uses the stand. Dragona uses his stand. Pulls the eyes away. Rain hits him. He's done.
Right.
Then, Jodio.
Maybe you have to be like underneath the stand to not get hit by the rain or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Jodio instantly starts burning the car. We're gonna get rid of the evidence.
Right, Dragona like switches his face up.
Switches the number plate, switches the driver's license, they drive off.
Right.
It turns out it was a stolen car, they're criminals. What do you think about this twist?
Yeah, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna protect their mother.
That's right, Eric. Now, Eric, we go to the junkyard, we drop off the package, lots of drugs. Ice, cocaine,
right,
meth.
These kids don't care.
These kids do not give a fuck what they're selling. They're getting the cash. They're drug mules. They do what they gotta do to make the money.
Seems like Jodier's been a drug mule
since he was 11.
Young age.
Alright, we're gonna get to that, Eric. We go to narration. Building narration, Eric.
Right.
We're talking about what's her name? Anne Joestar.
Right.
Best mother of all time, apparently.
Goat peak. Everyone loves her.
Everyone loves her.
Will there be a twist?
But Eric, there will not be a twist because she's Joestar.
Right.
Alright? Joestar's a peak. That's how it will always be and how it's always going to be.
Change for Iraqi, not a woman that is horrific.
No.
A little bit of a change for Iraqi.
Joestar, holy, great mother.
Right.
The Joestars, goat.
Right.
She's getting looked after.
Jono got the short end of the stick with the situation.
Of course, not a Joestar.
Right.
But Eric,
Bruno's mum's a bum, not a Joestar.
Not a Joestar.
Right.
In the JoJo universe,
only the Joestar's goated.
Joestars are goated, and the people around them.
Right.
Right. But the mother is looked after because of the dealings of the children, Eric. The brothers look after the mother so she can live a peaceful life. Much like the mysterious gangster from part 5, Eric.
That's right. That we never got any
The mysterious benefactor.
Who is this man?
Who is this man, Eric? Is he a certain Japanese
man? Do we know he died?
No, we don't know jack shit. Jono saved his life.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you get. The goat.
Who is this man?
He's the mysterious benefactor.
Right.
The Joestar brothers looking after the mother, making sure she gets by. Everyone loves her. Everyone's taking care of her because of the crime connections. And that's what they do for their mother.
Okay.
Also, now it's time to explain Dragona. Male born. Male pronouns. Definitely trans going on here. Breast implants.
Some kind of cosmetic injection.
Cosmetic. I don't know what this is.
Right.
I assume Araki's done his research.
Okay. Maybe
Female
silicone or something.
clothing.
Who knows? Yeah.
Definitely a trans situation. Now, of course, the West
Loses his mind.
loses his mind because Japan always does this.
Right.
I don't know why Japan does this,
Japan been doing it for centuries.
but Japan always does this. They always give the trans characters the birth accurate pronouns.
Maybe there's just not a
Don't
word
understand
for
it.
it in Japanese. They haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't just made up stuff.
No.
So, yeah.
It's been part of their culture since time itself.
But the translators say that it's some kind of Hawaiian thing.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's going on here. This is what we assume. We assume Jagona
They
is
say
trans.
Jordeo says brother.
Big bro.
Right.
But people say Jordeo is 15, doesn't really understand what's going on.
15 is young, old enough. In 2023.
Yeah, but like they're close, so Jagona accepts it. There's a whole bunch of shit going on there.
Does anyone else refer to her as his brother in canon?
No. Just by name alone.
Okay.
Rocky's been sus. That's what they do. Rocky's been sus with it.
Okay.
So, Jagona, I'm gonna rule it trans. Araki does what he does with that.
Okay.
I don't know if he's gonna say anything with that. It just is what it is.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Of course, the Joestar will. This character's gonna be peak,
Right.
regardless, because of that last name and that star on his shoulder. This is how it is, Eric.
Joestar's peak raw.
That's right. So after that, we get a little bit of Jordeo narration, Eric. Alright. Alright, so we have to I don't know what Araki's trying to cook here with the mechanisms, Eric.
Okay.
What do you think Araki's trying to cook with mechanisms?
What did I say before? Multiplicative advancement. Multiplicative,
Laws and rules of how the world functions. Is that what we're going for?
something like that. I can see where he's trying to cook, your actions, although it may seem like nothing's happening, the mechanisms are in the background, doing stuff. Because Jordeo kind of... Jordeo, he kind of puts it as, your actions, although have no consequences now, build upon each other, had a multiplicative benefits.
Like, my mom is being looked after because I do this business.
Right.
Yeah.
And he refers to the other kid like this kid, there's no real difference
between him and
but
I do
he
these
doesn't
actions.
have the will, therefore he doesn't get the mechanism buff.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't get the plot buff.
So he's kind of... I think
So
Araki,
Jordeo wants to harness the plot.
what I think Araki's trying to cook is some kind of message about...
Start from somewhere.
Maybe hard work or will.
Yeah.
And how maybe the will isn't rewarded immediately, but the mechanisms could build up and build
And
up
they reward
build
you.
up. Right. Something like that.
So, we forgot to talk about the Joestar family tree, Eric. Joseph!
We got another family tree we can talk
We
about
got a
later.
family tree debacle.
This is about as irrelevant as this one.
That's kind of relevant. Alright, because
Missing...
Joseph
Right.
had...
I hear this
And-
is cap because in part 7 this wasn't in the family tree we got.
You know how Joseph is.
Okay.
You know how Joseph is.
Just flinging it around.
He's flinging it around. That's just what he does.
Right.
That's who he is.
In every timeline.
Every timeline. Alright? So we've got Joseph's daughter, which is Anne, is the...
Barbara Ann, isn't it?
Barbara Ann?
Something like that.
Yeah. Is the mother of Jordeo and Dragona.
Random man.
Random man, father.
Right.
He's out of the picture.
Is it Dio?
Is it a Brando, Eric?
Maybe.
Is it a Brando?
Do we think?
It's possible.
Do we think Dragana is a real name?
Dragona.
Dragona is a real name.
Why not?
Not a Joe.
Eric doesn't have a silent J in front of it. Did you
Is-
think about that?
Maybe.
You can say the G's are whatever. It doesn't really matter. But he's not the main JoJo, so he doesn't get the name.
Okay.
Alright. Barbara Ann also isn't a Joe.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. And Holly, not a Joe.
Yeah, but they're the main characters.
The MC gets the Joe, Eric. We all know this.
Okay.
Jagona has to play second fiddle to Jodeo.
More of a tech stand.
Got a tech stand.
Right.
What's a tech stand?
A little bit of Sex Pistol reference.
A little bit.
Similar.
There's no gun.
Similar how it works.
Yeah, but there's other stands.
The guys kind of look similar as well.
A little bit. But there are, there's similar stands to this.
Right.
But there you go. Jodeo, a smuggler since the age of 11. He just kind of fell into it, and it's been working out for him.
The mechanism,
Eric.
Right.
How can we forget the mechanism?
Maybe he's trying to talk about the butterfly effect in some way.
A little bit.
Right.
We have to go to part 8. We have to go to part 7. And of course, the fruit, Eric. We have to talk about the fruit.
Right.
And I'll talk about it at the end of...
Okay.
At the end of the chapter.
Alright.
But we're now cutting to a bus going to high school. A student goes up to Jodeo. You got the stuff. Jodeo says, what are you doing?
We're on the bus.
We're on the bus.
Right.
Gotta be a little more subtle.
We're gonna do business.
Gotta do business. You gotta do it off the bus. Gotta be a little more subtle.
Right.
We get off the bus, we do the business.
He's 15, by the way.
He's 15.
Right.
Smartest 15-year-old I ever met.
Yeah.
Classic JoJo. John knows who's also 15, Eric.
Jono.
That's right. Looks like a 22-year-old supermodel.
Right.
But he's 15.
That's right.
Same with Jodeo, 15. Alright? Gets off the bus. What are you doing? This man clearly has a stand, Eric. How do you know this? By the design. The wetsuit.
The Tingle lookalike man.
He's a weirdo.
Right.
He's got a stand.
I haven't seen the stand yet, though.
No, we haven't. But he's definitely got a stand.
It's gonna be something weird.
Yeah. But Jodeo does the deal. Another strange student walks past Eric. Says that the drugs are in the vent.
Right.
The money. Give us the money. You get the drugs. Is in the vent. He goes to the vent. He gets the drugs. Then we go to high school. Jodeo says, I'm not really going to high school to learn or make friends. I'm going here to harness the mechanism, Eric.
Right, just to do stuff.
He's harnessing the mechanism.
Okay.
He's living life. Living large. Right? We talk about this kid. The nerd.
Right.
He's taller than me. He does all the same things as me. But Eric, his life sucks. We are the same in many ways.
Right.
But his life sucks because he's not harnessing the mechanism. What is Araki cooking with this? He does not have the will, Eric.
Right.
Is that what we're trying to say?
To me, it's kind of like do the work and the reward will come kind of situation.
Even if it's seedy work, Eric.
Do the work.
Do something and something will happen.
Right. Do nothing.
Nothing will happen.
You go backwards.
That's what you're trying
You
to
gotta
say.
do something.
Go do something.
You gotta cook.
Yeah, alright. There you go. So, we go to Eco, the fashion
shop beforehand.
slash HQ slash laundering operation
Right.
for Merle May.
Massive woman.
Crime boss.
8-foot woman.
Eric, fashion designer slash principal of the school crime boss.
Right.
That's a lot of jobs.
And who's the big boss, Christian? Is it Dio? Is it Dio Brando?
No, she's the small time boss, Eric.
Right, but maybe she's a capital.
But Eric, who's the Japanese man?
Right.
That's flying in.
We got a mission for you, Christian.
A blue diamond, $6 million.
We're gonna talk about this idiot stand, by the way. Some kind
Paco.
It's a good theft.
It's a good theft stand. It's a terrible battle stand.
Right. Man, he might do some bullshit with
He
it.
might just have guns.
He might just have a crazy muscular power because he can manipulate them and shit.
It's gonna be weird.
The mosquitoes bite him.
It's like that. It's like he can manipulate his body in such a way where it looks like a mosquito bite.
Right.
But it's actually like molding his body to grab shit. Right. Shout out Paco, the third wheel of the group.
Right.
We're gathering the crew together, Eric.
Is he the hard man of the group, Christian?
He might be. He might be
the hard-boiled man.
But Eric, we have to talk about something here.
What?
2 years ago, he was flabby. Now,
He's muscular.
he's chiseled like a rock.
Right.
We have to go to part 8 for this, Eric. I'll have to tell you some
Is
information.
he the Rock Man?
The Rock humans.
But he doesn't have a rock face.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
The Rock humans. The cracked ear. The chiseled body.
They say it's from child abuse, Christian.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Is
It's not
he
cracked,
a rock
it
human?
looks like it's literally...
That's what the Rock humans look like.
Right, okay.
Is a Rocky saying, hinting at towards us, this guy's a rock man?
What do the rock mans get? Buffs?
They're very nature attuned, so they get stands.
Do they get physical buffs?
Yeah, their skin's harder. You know how it is.
Okay.
They can go into hibernation for hundreds of years.
Okay.
They've been around for centuries. Eric, there's a whole thing.
Okay.
Part 8. All right.
Why wasn't Gyro a rock human?
There's theories.
Okay. Well, maybe he's in
There's theories.
All right.
That certain characters are still alive.
And they'll turn up in
There's a lot of theories. I'll say that.
Could you imagine if Gyro turns up in the jungles of New Guinea?
I mean, it's gonna be hard, but
Why? He's been doing this shit for 200 years.
it's gonna be hard.
Okay.
I'll just say that. So we move along, Eric. May's gonna give them 2% total. The kids get 2%.
Right.
I'll get
6 million.
I'll get 18%, and it's gonna take a lot to sell this
First of
diamond.
all, Jordan does the math real quick. No stumble.
Eric, he wants that money.
Right.
He knows how to calculate.
He thinks 40 grand, 30 grand.
30
is the
grand
fourth
because he's got
member.
the fourth member.
Right.
But May says, I get 18%, and then I'm gonna spend the rest and try and sell this diamond.
Right.
It's hard to sell. Black market.
Jordan agrees. Hard sell, black market. How are they going to hide this item?
That's right. So we gotta go on a heist. A certain Japanese businessman, Eric.
Right.
A certain Japanese man is flying in. Who could this Japanese man be?
A certain man from Part 8.
A certain man from Barnett, Eric. That's all I'm gonna say. He's got the diamond. We're gonna go steal the diamond. We get the cash.
Security's low. There's no gun. He's Japanese. How? This can't go wrong.
He's not American. He doesn't own an arsenal of weapons.
But he's the
Turns
weapon.
out he has a stand.
Turns out he's the weapon.
Exactly.
Right.
100%.
I hear these kids got no chance.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Eric, of course, we're gonna talk about the mechanism.
Right.
So we're gonna go on a heist. Eric, everyone loves a heist. Everyone loves a heist. We're gonna go on a heist, and we're gonna get this diamond.
Right.
And that's where it ends. We get a little more dialogue about the mechanism. I'm gonna become rich, not via money, but rich in the essence of the mechanism.
Right.
I'm gonna harness the power of the mechanisms and become filthy rich. Wealth will follow me wherever I go.
That's right.
I don't know what the fuck this means. He says that himself, but I have a feeling that I'll harness these mechanisms and I'll be rich, and that's how it's gonna be.
Do you think it's an actual system or is it metaphorical?
Eric, I believe the mechanism is the rules and will of nature,
Right.
as is the
Perhaps
will of
evolution.
Stands, Eric.
Right.
Stands has to be mechanisms.
Just like Araki said at the start,
yeah.
there are powers of this world. They're called
When
stands.
we're talking about the mechanism, Eric, what do we see? Nature.
Right.
We see erupting volcanoes. Evolution. Butterflies. Stands, Eric.
Right.
He wants to harness the power of nature. Harness the power of stands to become the ultimate master of nature, of the rules of the universe.
Okay.
And become wealthy wherever he wants.
Right. To me, first of all, let's talk about the name mechanism.
Yeah.
The idea is that a small cog spins a bigger cog, which spins a bigger
That's
cog,
right.
which spins
It's
a bigger
not.
cog.
He said he specifically says mechanisms as a specific word.
Right.
He's very very specific. He's not talking about systems.
Right.
He's talking about mechanisms, Eric.
Right. So I think it's like I said before. I think it's going to be the idea of building upon things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just having the will to do things.
And we end with we're gonna go on a heist.
And of course, Araki will lead that into will and fate and stands and spin.
Yeah. Of course, the infinite spin, Eric. The ultimate power of nature. And the universe.
What do we think this part's about?
This part is going to be about making your own destiny, Eric. Having the will to harness your own destiny.
Right.
via the mechanisms, which is the rules of the universe.
Okay.
So Araki's saying there's rules of the universe. You play by the rules. You do the thing. You harness the power of the universe. You get the money. You get the wealth.
Much like he did.
And of course, part 8, a lot of similar things going on there.
Okay.
But Eric, that's the chapter. Of course, we end with stand names, November Rain, Smooth Operator, and The Hustle.
The Hustle sounds good for a host. So
Sounds
does
very
Smooth
good.
Operator.
Eric, Paco loves to steal.
You're just stealing
He
everything.
loves to steal.
Right.
He's a thief.
Will there be a double cross?
Eric, if there are classic heist rules, if we're going to talk about the oddball, Eric,
Right.
is this another mechanism? When you make a team, there's always an oddball. It's just how it goes.
Will this man double cross them?
There's going to be something going on with this heist. The heist always goes wrong.
Will the Japanese man bust him and then tell him to go to New Guinea?
We're going to go on a real heist to get the Rokaka car.
And I'll give you...
From the true villain, the Flashback Man.
Right. Who's the who is this flashback man?
No one knows who this Flashback Man is. He appears in one panel in a flashback in part 8.
A silhouette man.
No, he's not a silhouette man. You see his face.
He's a flashback man.
He's the Flashback Man.
What does he do in this flashback?
He appears in one panel, looks at the camera, and never appears again.
Interesting. Is that it?
And everyone thought he would be the villain of part 8.
What's the context? He's just there.
It's a flashback to do with crime and the Rokaka car.
Okay.
Everyone thought this man was going to be the villain of part 8, never appears.
Is this the Japanese businessman?
Exactly, Eric. We're starting to get hyped.
Okay.
The mysterious Flashback Man. Is this a 10-year play on Araki's plot?
Could be.
There you go. So, rate this chapter, Eric. Is this how you start something?
It's a little exposition heavy.
Okay, but we got the
This is a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Why not 10? Because of the dialogue?
The exposition is heavy and thick. And he's already trying to explain what the mechanism is. Too much, Araki. You should just let it play out. We don't need to talk about it now. Let it play out a little bit. Build upon it.
This is no doubt goated.
Good start.
Great start, Eric.
Great start.
I agree. But I'm going to say 10 out of 10.
Because of Araki.
Because you gotta love the Araki. Araki's trying to say something here, Eric.
Right.
He's not being a coward. Araki's not a coward, we can say that.
Araki built the scene, built the system, built the entire universe in a couple of pages, Christian. We like to see it.
He's a master of his craft.
Right.
He's been in the game for 40 years.
He's an old man.
He's 62, still going strong.
Right.
Starts a new part, Eric. A 10-year party starts at 62.
Who knows? Could be 20 apart.
He is manga. He is storytelling.
Okay.
This man said before, if I stop drawing, I'm literally gonna die.
You know how he keeps in good health, Christian?
How's that?
A piece of cantaloupe, wish on prosciutto wrap.
That's we all know he does that.
That's how he says in peak condition.
That's all he eats, though.
Right.
That's all he eats.
A little bit of protein, a little bit of
Sugar.
vitamin C, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of fiber. That's it.
That's all
The
he eats.
Italian man.
But there you go. The Iraqi going strong. We love to see it. And there's a chapter. Now, Eric, are we going to do this every month when there's a chapter and an order break?
I suppose.
We could. We'll see how this episode goes.
Right.
Again, break week. We're talking about JoJo. No one's going to watch it.
No one's gonna watch anything in the break week anyway.
That's true. So we might as well just do whatever we want.
Right.
So there you go.
JoJo.
Part 9
Chapter
strong.
1.
Strong.
New chapter coming out shortly, I guess.
Surely. Oh, in a week.
Okay.
There you go.
What's it doing next? Shanks or?
Shanks. You muted that. If you muted the How Strong Is Shanks. Alright, we'll have to do it again.
I pressed 4.
We'll have to do it again.
I pressed 4.
You pressed M. I have to do How Strong Is Shanks again. Shanks is the God King. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong. He has mastered all mechanisms. There you go.
And he's filthy rich.
That's what we have to do. Eric, I can't believe you muted the How Strong Is Shanks. I can't believe it.
Maybe we did it because we were in topic of the
Shanks?
show. We were in topic of the show, so maybe I muted it while I hit topic of the show.
No, Eric. Senator says Shanks was muted. Now, this is a grave sin.
Fat fingers, man. What are you gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
We did it again. Every week, though.
Can't believe it. I can't believe it. But anyway, we shout out Senator for saving the segment.
Okay.
Saving the run. That could have ruined the streak, Eric.
Hey, shout out Senator. Christian
That could have
but...
ruined the streak. I want you to understand how grave that could have been.
Okay.
I want you to understand that.
We saved it.
Alright, we saved it. But Eric, talk of the show. Otis had enough.
He's salty. He's had enough.
He's had enough of this bullshit.
Had enough of us, maybe.
He's had enough, Eric.
Right. Me?
SBS.
Okay.
New volume came out. This might be the spiciest SBS of all time.
Now, you took this from O'Hara. We appreciate
We
that.
shout out O'Hara. Not
Arta.
O'Hara. Arta from the Library of O'Hara, who
Right.
does all the translations for us.
Correct.
So we can't read Japanese. Alright? Some guy writes in.
Be honest with me. Have you ever looked up to start to learn Japanese?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I know what's up. Just a question.
Alright? Absolutely not. I know Senator has.
I don't even have to ask. Yeah.
He knows a few kanji.
Right.
Alright? He knows a few words.
He is a Nippon man. Soon he'll be wearing his silk
He knows
kimonos.
words like Yamate, you know.
He already wears the traditional Arabic robes, Christian.
That's true.
Not too far away from the silk kimono.
It's pretty far away. Okay, it's pretty far away.
Okay.
There you go. We start off this SBS, you know, the classic. Does this fruit affect the dick? You know, Nami's titties.
Right.
Zoro's pecs. You know how it is.
All the questions.
All the standard SBS questions.
Right.
You know how it is. But now we've got a few actual spicy questions.
Right.
Coming in from some man asking, what is Zoro's lineage? Can you fucking finally tell us, Oda?
Okay. Okay, it's alright.
Oda goes, okay. It turns out a group of 25 people left Wano many years ago. They sailed a village in the East Blue called Shimasuki Village.
They took out the bandits.
Shimasuki Kamabozo married some villager. They gave birth to
Kencho.
Koshiro, right? Which then gave birth to Kawina. Unnamed woman yet again. On the other side, we have Shibutsuki Furukui. I can't speak Japanese,
Okay.
alright?
Sure.
Who married Rowanoa Pinzoro. Now, Twitter's gone wild, Eric. I've had the Pinzoro hype. Alright. Was he top tier? Is he the GOAT swordsman?
Does it say how he died in it?
Yes.
By a pirate?
Died via... No. He's from the village, Eric. So he's not even from Wano.
Okay.
Rowanoa, not from Wano. Some guy. Pinzoro. Who married Shimutsuki, who then gave birth to Rowanoa Akari, who died from pirates.
In the East Blue.
Could
have been Roger.
Could have been Shanks.
Could have been Shanks. Could have been anyone.
Could have been Mihawk.
Oh.
Mihawk's a pirate, Eric.
Oh, look at his hair. It looks like Mihawk's.
Yeah, of course. Who married Terra, daughter of bandits, who died from illness.
Okay.
Who then gave birth to Rowanoa Zoro.
Shout out Pinzoro. The greatest meme.
He's the new greatest meme owners ever cooked.
Pinzoro.
Oda did not put any effort into this.
Why did he do that?
Pinzoro. Apparently, it has to do with gambling. It's a It's a dice game where you get snake eyes or some bullshit.
Hilarious,
it's called Pinzoro.
All-time meme. And his comments on this was like, I'll show you anyway. I'm not going to do anything with it.
It didn't matter.
Right.
Zora's lineage doesn't matter.
You want to tackle this question because Oda cooking some lineage shit in Wano.
Of course, we had 2 panels. See, the work Oda actually did with his lineage for Zora was like 10%. The fans did the other 90%. Of course, we had the ZKK. And the biggest evidence was Zora's related to Ryuma.
What was Oda trying to cook with this relation?
It's just a little bit of spice, Eric.
Right.
It's not supposed to be anything. Learning Zora's lineage will do nothing to his character. It might actually take away from his character because it means he's some child of destiny. But of course, Eric, Zora's bloodline is like 5% from Wano. So it's like he's like not even from Wano.
Right.
He's like barely related to Ryuma. But related nonetheless.
What is he, a quarter from Wano?
Well, Shimotsuki to Pinzoro, that's half.
Right.
Then we go from Pinzoro to Roanoa, right? That's a quarter. No. Yeah, that's a...
No, the sun is a half.
The sun's a half.
Then
Zora's a quarter.
Zora's a quarter. He's a quarter from
Wano. He's a quarter from Shimotsuki.
Right.
So, you know.
Okay.
Does that count? Are we really saying Zora's some lineage?
Who knows?
From Wano.
But they Oda answered it. People mad.
A lot of people mad.
Why
was this the story?
Why are they mad?
Because the trauma of Wano has been brought up yet again. That's the real reason.
Didn't go to Ryuma's grave.
Of course, how could we forget?
Probably should have done that.
Yeah.
Well, you know. What else we got?
Of course. This might be the spiciest I've ever seen Oda.
Okay.
Someone asked, what's the deal with Tama? Oda says, I'll put it bluntly. We're starting off angry.
He's heard the comments.
He's read through it out this one.
Right, he's heard the comments.
He's read the comments on this one.
Right.
Tama's real name is Kurozumi Tama. But that does not mean that she'll be hunted by those around her.
Why?
In the last scene of Wano, Hiyori's final decreed that Kurozumi was born to burn. Does not mean that people like Tama would be included in that statement. Obviously not. He puts that word in there.
Right.
Obviously, these people are not included.
Okay.
Then he goes, if you paid attention to the story... and you paid attention to Hiyori's story, you would obviously understand she's referring to Orochi alone in the singular.
First of all, Oda.
He's calling you out. He's calling you out.
First of all, Oda, no man is meant to burn. No man is born to burn.
Orochi's a scumbag.
Okay? No child bears any sin. As you say, Oda. As you say.
But Eric, if you clearly read the story, maybe you should reread.
Also,
Oda's saying to you...
Also, you never resolved the whole hunt down and kill the Kurozumi in Wano. That was never resolved. You just kind of left that up in the air. So, everyone already hates the Kurozumi in Wano.
Yeah, we're not done with this, the saltiest fucking take. It's the saltiest Oda of all time.
Right.
We're not done. So how would others react if they found out Otama was Kurozumi blood? Question mark. I want you to think about that yourself. He's salty.
Oda, from what you established, they would hunt her down because no one told them to stop.
Both in the past and present day, this is a very prevalent issue in our society.
There you go. He tries to play society. Oh, this is still an issue. Hey, all right.
So he goes...
Wano's racist.
So he goes, reread the story, you stupid. Also,
Wano's racist.
I'm making a comment on society, so
Right.
therefore I'm exempt from criticism.
Okay.
So this is the saltiest I've ever... Ultimate code salt from Oda.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't mind seeing more of this from Oda.
Just
calling more people out.
Right. Just cooking people.
What if he did this for Fishman Island? Fishman Island's obviously about racism. Maybe you should reread the story.
Right. Be a good meme coming from Oda.
Alright.
There you go. Is there anything else in the SBS of interest?
Chopper doesn't kill the smile because
He can't do it.
because stakes intention.
Also because
That has
Oda
to be
dropped the plot point.
One, Oda dropped a plot point. Two, he's like, there has to be consequences.
For what?
For the smile.
Chopper is a doctor, Christian.
Eric, the Chopper being a doctor died.
Chopper didn't even bring up the fact that he was going to cure it.
No.
So...
Eric, Chopper being a doctor kind of died for me, and Pug hasn't.
Yeah, I know.
When he did nothing for those kids.
Also,
Law had to do it.
Also, remember, idiots on Twitter. Chopper can't affect devil fruits. He only can do diseases, even though the man made the rumble balls. So, absolute clowns on Twitter. Just like Oda says, reread.
I know what? This is 10 out of 10 Oda right here. Salty Oda is great.
Yeah.
I want to see more. Please give us more Oda. It's great content.
Just like when that guy said his One Piece about family bonds.
He's just like...
Why do I write this?
Eric, you paired this up with comments that he made about his new editor. You better be prepared to die for my series. If you die, I'll look after your family financially. Interesting.
Okay.
I find those comments interesting.
Wado had issues.
Wado has done something to Oda.
That was a yes man.
Okay.
That's what happened.
There was a yes man?
There was a yes man. He found out halfway through Wano.
Got mad.
Had to change course.
Of course we are. I legitimately think Oda's salty about Wano. You can tell from the SBS. You can tell from the month break.
Right.
You can tell from the new editor and his comments on the new editor. You better be fucking dedicated.
What is there gonna be issues?
Yeah.
Like the other guy I sent to another division.
Yeah. The other way, I got the fuck out of here.
Right.
Alright? So Oda's not fucking around. He's back with a vengeance. We'll have to see it.
Shanks is about to pull a move, Christian.
You better be ready.
Alright,
moving on.
Thunderdome. Pinzoro vs. who?
We are not putting Pinzoro on the list.
Where would you rank Pinzoro?
I refuse to rank Pinzoro. Pinzoro is the new Scarpa-Gabon.
Sure. Silhouette, man. Oh, looks like Pinzoro silhouette.
Is Pinzoro the local legendary?
The man burned by flame.
Is it Pinzoro? No, we know it's Soul. Alright.
Maybe. Probably.
I mean,
but not confirmed yet.
Alright. Thunderdome this week. Smoker versus Sentomaru. The Haki Master versus the Logia. Surely Sentomaru's Haki.
Sentomaru's supposed to be the ultimate defensive man.
Got body by Lucci.
Got body by Lucci. But awaken Lucci, you know? He's a strong man. Smoker, does he have the penetration? Does he have the power to even get through Sentomaru's defenses?
Eric, is Sentomaru...
I'm sick of it. Smoker's a straight up bum.
Okay.
Straight up bum in Punk Hazard. Imagine now trying to compete.
No, unless he gets fucking super serum. But... So you're saying straight bum. You're saying Sentomaru.
I might say Sentomaru. I don't see the attack potency coming from Smoker.
We know he has Rio.
Sentomaru.
Yeah. We know he, quote unquote, has the ultimate defense.
Right.
We know
He's got a big axe.
We know Smoker couldn't get through Virgo's defense.
Correct.
And all he had was full body armament.
Right. This man's got a Rio,
and you would assume observation.
Right.
He's a Haki man.
Right.
See, it's Sentomaru's definition of Haki man.
Maybe.
Has an axe.
He's not an axeman.
He's not an axe, he's a Haki man.
Right.
Right?
Can Shanks please kick Kid in the face? That still doesn't matter because fucking Mr. One kicks.
His whole body's a sword, as he said.
Right.
Alright.
The cope's already there.
We already know the cope before it happens. But there you go.
Shout out Biden.
Shout out to AI memes, the greatest memes that have ever been in 10 years.
Okay.
Alright. But you're saying Sentomaru on this one.
Okay. I'll say Sentomaru.
Sentomaru. Because, like, Smoker sucks. And this is a Haki matchup.
There's cope for Crocodile.
There's cope.
There's no cope for Smoker.
No.
He's in the mud.
He's definitely in the mud.
Maybe we'll see him.
In Egghead, do something. Who knows?
Where are you, Smoker?
Let's go. Questions.
I haven't done too many questions this week.
There's a few.
They're spicy?
From Ping Young Obama.
Shit. Shout out Pinzen.
Everyone's doing the meme.
That's so song meme.
Well, Rocky fumble like he did Part 8. See, young Obama was salty about Part 8.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you know, the fruit parlor. You know, you'll find out.
Okay.
If you ever get to the fruit parlor. Alright?
If.
The flow of business, Eric.
Talking about income.
We're talking about mechanisms.
Business.
Alright. From Bindle. 1 week people call Oda Goda for Shanks and Albath. The next week people call him the worst manga ever because of the SBS information. Why are fans so fickle? Because they're reminded of Wano, Eric. They're reminded of his mistakes. They're salty for no reason about Zoro's lineage when it doesn't matter at all.
Like I said, what do they want? Pin Zoro to be stronger than Mihawk and then take him out?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Was Pin Zoro on rocks?
God Valley.
Was he there? From Dart. No, from Jacko. Why do fans care so much about Zoro's lineage? It's a good question, Eric. It doesn't matter to his character at all.
Naruto.
But Eric, Zoro's lineage has been brought up in Wano, and maybe you can argue for the buck. Maybe. And it's I swear it's literally just there because Wanted exists.
Right, some flavor.
And Yuma looks like Zoro. That's it. That's it. I'm not doing anything with it.
Okay.
There you go. From Dart. Where is the new intro? That's a good question, Eric. When will you be making an AI president video where they discuss Shanks being the God King? Already did that.
It's already out there.
It's goaded.
Right.
Of course, Trump is a Mihawk fan.
It is what it is.
He's the strongest swordsman. You know the arguments.
No.
From Harveston Barrier, Eric. He's got a few questions for us.
It's got a list.
There we go. No Zoro questions.
Okay.
Question 1. Araki gave us great Jobo, literally, and a top tier waifu with all in one with Dragono. Now, Eric, this man, he's into something. He likes something. Now how is he this good?
You need the waifu, as I said. No one wants to listen to your boy. They make memes. They cook memes. You need the waifu.
That's right. 2. One chapter in Judu is already heads and shoulders above every other new gen MC. You know why, Eric? It's simple. Raw.
Okay.
Deku, not Raw. What's his Black Clover name?
Who knows?
Naruto clone.
Right.
And then we got JJK man, kind of just
Not a character. Right.
Yeah. There you go. 3. If you could have Araki insert one musical reference in Part 9, what would it be? Mine would be called Gorillas. Yes, I know everyone wants Gorillas in JoJo. I understand this.
Maybe he's not a fan. Surely he would have got to the Gorillas by now.
That's true. We're kind of starting to enter the 90s with Araki.
Okay.
With the musical references. Of course, we already got there, Eric. We got there. That's already kind of a musical reference.
Do we just have Ozzy? He was never a solo artist, was he?
He was. In the 80s.
Did he have a name, or what was it? Just Ozzy Osbourne.
We have had Metallica. We have had Black Sabbath.
You had Kiss.
I think we had a Kiss song.
With Snoop Dogg. His favorite album.
Give us a Kanye reference. Give us a Kanye reference.
There you go.
That's what I'll say. Because I want the spiciness, Eric.
Okay, sure.
Give us a Kanye reference. Alright. From Sunday Lollipop. Do you think we'll get a Zeppeli family member or original Zeppeli-like allegory character in this part? Will the Zeppeli family return? Is this a Japanese man?
Zeppeli family's Italian.
I'm aware of this, Eric. But will the bloodline continue?
Is the man in the suit a Zeppeli? The fourth wheel, the oddball.
They're always cool, Eric.
Okay.
They're always kind of JoJo
I
adjacent.
mean, that fucking stupid hat isn't cool.
What stupid hat? The trucker hat?
Yeah.
Well, you know. We might find him, Eric. We might find him. Just hanging out on the beach somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. From Chris D. That was a weird line, but the officer... So you don't have a problem with the colour of my skin. What race is he supposed to be? I think white, and he's making like a... cop... He's making a...
Right, well, you have to take into account the racial tensions in Hawaii.
So we're talking about natives...
Natives versus the whites. Yeah. But we don't know what race is natives.
I think that's what Araki's going for here.
Right.
Some sort of police brutality. Maybe a little...
You don't trust me, I'm white.
Maybe a bit of BLM commentary. I don't know.
Right.
But that's what I think he's going for.
Okay.
Shadow, most people on the islands have slightly darker skin. Maybe not as all dark as Drogoa, but most definitely tan because it's Hawaii after all. Yeah, something's going on there.
Okay.
We're not going to really tell until we get the colouring / anime.
In 20 years.
We'll get the colouring soon. Someone will colour it.
What?
With the official colouring. But yeah. From Seneto. Now, why is Seneto the GOAT, really? Come on, man. What are you doing, man?
Seneto's a fraud. A young man playing Genshin. He deleted it.
He's a Zoomer.
He played it for a good 10 hours plus. That's a sin. I can understand you check it out, Christian, maybe. 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
10 hours.
That's true. From Nasty Ninja. Can't believe JoJo's taking place in my birthplace, Hawaii, baby.
There you go.
He's hyped. Now, Eric, well, maybe he can give us the details on the racial tensions.
Okay.
Or what Araki's trying to cook. Alright. From Matt Tagatol, is Basil Hawkins dead? That's a good question.
Maybe.
What happened to his ultimate trump card? That's also a good question. Or are we gonna not be doing that anymore? Well, yeah. Maybe he turns up in the final war, uses it.
Come to terms with Wano, ladies and gentlemen. Oda will not return and he will not fix his plot points.
He's had enough.
It's over.
Yeah.
You should have accepted it at the time.
Yeah. From Chris D. Oda was fed up with the ZKK stands harassing him about Zora's lineage. Yeah.
He had enough. Enough is enough. Enough.
I know you guys have issues with Wano, but you're not all black pilled like the other content creators. Well, they get mad. Most of us regular readers have Wano as top 3, if not the greatest arc. Prime example, Uzumaki Khan and King Riko. So now we have to mute the insolent whiners. How long until Wano gets to dress Rose's treatment, where we just drudge it by the hype moments and nothing else?
Couple of years.
Give it a couple of years.
Giffo in the anime will change everything.
Yes.
As we said.
As we said. There you go. From Eternal Flame Ken. Thank you two for being so consistent and really doing a great job with each show. Miss the Iraqi sweaty sound effects for that strongest shank segment. Well, this week we didn't even hear that.
What?
Because Eric hit the mute button.
We don't have the soundboard.
We can now do the sound. We have the
technology. It's an OG. I appreciate this, mate.
We have the technology
for
the soundboard, Eric.
Shout out to all the people who watch and don't comment. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there.
Yeah.
Say hello in the chat if you're a regular listener or just a new listener, whatever.
Okay, yeah. Questions I have. Will you guys have a guest on for the potential incoming Shanks chapters, Eric?
It's difficult these days, Christian.
It's difficult, but we want King Lightning, we want King Rico, and we want the true Shanks fans.
Right. No haters.
No haters. Of course, we might have to have a Shanks summit again. But we'll see what happens there. But Eric, that's the final question.
Okay.
Shout out.
Appreciate the people.
Shout out Part 9. Now, Sen giving me the details on Kanye's already been in JoJo as a stand name. But not Kanye, the song.
Right.
But I want a new Kanye song.
Right.
Just to really spice things up, Eric.
You want something from Donda, Christian?
I want something that's going to rattle some cages, Eric. Get people mad.
Okay.
But there you go.
See, I told you, Sen knows every stand there.
Sen's got more Jojo knowledge on me. I'm not going to deny that.
Right.
But he's a fraud. He plays Genshin Impact.
He's 20.
He's
maybe 19.
He loves Tokyo Ghoul too much.
He drinks boba tea.
He drinks boba tea. That's a big strike.
Right.
Against your name. If you drink boba tea,
he's a young man.
I can't do it. I can't look at you if you drink boba tea.
But he is not a Miyazaki sucker. We like to say that.
Yep. There you go. Another week in the bag.
Shanks is wrong. Shanks is a good king.
Good night.